the on camera, you
As if we haven't got 16 angles.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been a good meme if you'd have broken it.
I'm not that stupid. Right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Oh, fuck me. Well. Mr. Sean Allen.
How's
Saj.
it going, Chris?
I'm just letting you know I am going to be referring to you as Saj during this.
Yeah, that's alright. Do you want to explain the story behind Saj?
I don't really know that. Well, it's your PSN name, right?
No, it's my Xbox Live game. Get it right.
Oh, okay. Well, Saj, how are you doing? Are you excited for what is going to be the greatest podcast known to mankind?
Bro, I'm thinking it'll be incredibly made for about 10 episodes.
If we can make it that far.
Yeah. But the aim of the game is we're going to persevere through the bad episodes until we get the flow locked in.
Yeah.
So this is like a live practice run, I think.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's like posting somebody's actual practice. So it's pretty raw.
You need to hold your mic up, bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Exactly, but live practice.
True. So the reason we started this is because we were texting each other one day about music, as per usual, every fucking week, and you said we should do a podcast about this.
Yeah, it was essentially after NFR podcast, a certain video I watched, and I was like, I feel like we can just emulate these two guys.
It's like how to be original. Every dickhead and their dad has a podcast, so
Yeah.
in order to jump on the hype train, we decided that we should start one as well, and it's probably going to go terribly, but
Yeah, we will leech off every other podcast that we enjoy, take all of their segments, and run them into the ground before we discover our own ones.
well, speaking of segments,
Yeah.
we'll just get into our first one because I feel like if we waffle too much, everybody will just fucking hate this.
Yeah. Merry
First-
Christmas, actually, by the way.
Oh shit, yes.
Right?
Yes, it is.
This is your favourite present that you're about to unwrap.
Fuck off. Oh, I get it, because it's Spotify Wrapped. That's what we're talking about first. But yes, Merry
segue.
Christmas, everybody. This is going out on Christmas Day, so I hope that you have had a wonderful day so far.
And everybody's probably already drunk at this point, so it's a beautiful time for
Well, it's
them
just going to
be
be our friends laughing at us. It's not
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
going to be anything.
Yeah, well, hopefully they've already gotten into it then.
Yes. So, Spotify Wrapped, did you... Oh, I was going to say, did you see yours coming? But we both have Last FM, so I
Yeah.
feel like we kind of knew what our Wrapped was going to be before it even came out.
All living amongst the normies, everybody is always talking about favorite day of the year, Spotify Wrapped. It's like we be on Wrapped every day of the year. We're real nerds about this stuff.
Well, unsurprisingly, my number one artist was Drake. I feel like he's sort of been there every year for me because I have
Through the tough times.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. Talk to me about your toughest time.
We're not doing that today. Not today.
Take a shot for me.
I have like 100 fucking Drake songs in my library, so I've only got let me see. I think I've only got 1,500 total. No, I've got 1,052 songs in my library, and 100 of those are Drake. So every 10 songs that comes on is Drake. So I feel like it was kind of inevitable that it was going to be him.
I feel like any guy around our age, you have a 50% chance that their top artist is Drake.
True.
I think it's Taylor Swift is number one for women, and I think Drake's number one for men.
I back it. I think that could be feasible.
Every dude, even it's like real big hip hop fans, you'd expect it to be like the underground, like even the NFR guys. I swear, their top 10 rap songs of the year is all like Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, all these guys. But then number one is always Drake.
They got up there they were using Apple Music, but I need to get up my rap because I actually don't remember who my top 5 were. I
can't bring mine up because of the phone recording the wide shot.
Top artists: Drake, Travis Scott, Don Toliver, Post Malone, and SZA. I mean, it's pretty fucking bog standard.
It's pretty basic, but
it's the first year that Juice Wrld hasn't been in my top 5 since he came about. Obviously, fucking R.I.P. Juice. We'll talk about him later. But this is the first
well, we should
year.
let's just go in. I think that's natural. Let's just go right into Lace It. because I was just thinking about it in my head about the Eminem lyric, like something like "Juice will always remember you." I'm not to the younger generation. I'm not trying to lecture you, but be careful when you. And then it goes into the
It's mid as fuck.
Nah, it's
no,
not.
it is.
It's
not.
the like, I think it could be my favorite Juice song since since Goodbye and Good Riddance.
What?
No, wait.
Since his first album, this is just...
No, I want to immediately
That's
rewind.
fucking
It's
outrageous.
basically just that it is Goodbye and Good Riddance, like as a song.
Well, the cover art is
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
that, so I presume that he recorded that verse around
Yeah.
that time, and they've just revamped it. Fucking 6 years later?
But that was
Just
Juice
slapped
in his
Eminem
prime,
on it.
in my opinion. Like, that album is Juice WRLD's like legacy. Like, Death Race for Love has a lot of good songs on it, but like as an album, like the sounds
Death
all
Race for Love trumps Goodbye and Good Riddance every time. For
like
me.
my
Every
my
time.
favorite songs off it are like simple. I don't hold them in the highest regard. Like Fast, it's just like, it's quite fun. It's like Goodbye and Good Riddance was a new thing, and then when we got onto Death Race for Love, it was like a bit like watered down. Like,
I mean, he did make it in, what was it, like 3 days?
oh yeah, but and that's the
His
thing.
label was
On
like,
first listen,
we
I
need
hated
an
it.
album, and he was like, fine, here you go. 3 days later, not Goodbye Good, Death Race for Love.
Damn.
Bang, that's
Yeah,
yours. And then it came out. To be fair, I didn't like it on first listen. I'll be
Yeah, I
honest.
hated it. I was like,
Oh.
it took me so long to like gather the songs, but I loved Robbery. I loved Robbery,
I fucking
Empty.
hated Robbery whenever it first
Oh, that's,
came out.
that's an
Oh, so
amazing
bad.
song. That's probably top 10.
Oh no, well now, yeah, but at the
Oh,
time I
okay.
was just like, it's just him singing really badly
Hmm.
over an okay backing track.
No,
But,
what do you mean badly?
bro? He I
Juice
love
can sing.
No, not on that song, bro. He's literally like,
You told me to put my heart in a bag.
He's so out of tune on that song. It's
Nah.
unbelievable. He
I've
actually
never
is,
once noticed that.
oh, bro, he's trying so hard.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Death Race for Love has my favorite Juice WRLD song of all time on it, which is
The Bee's Knees.
Flaws and
Oh,
Sins,
Flaws and Sins. Yeah,
which
yeah.
is also Juice's mom's favorite song. So I feel like
Really?
I've made a good pick with that. If that's her favorite, then I've obviously got good taste.
What's Flaws and Sins even about?
Just how
Isn't it just like a love song?
yeah, it's just how he loves his girl, even though she's got a lot of problems. But like, I mean, it seems to be basically every fucking song now.
It probably has my favorite rapping Juice.
Well, the album or the song?
That song.
Yeah, it's good. It's a fucking great song. It's up there with that and 1400999 freestyle, but I suppose that's not really Juice's song. It's Trippy's, but-
No. But in my opinion, like, I'm gonna come at it with a wild take. You're like the Juice guy, but I think you listen to the wrong Juice.
Oh,
Like, I
what?
think you've got terrible Juice taste.
Oh, fuck off. How?
'Cause you don't even listen to Goodbye and Good Riddance.
Well, I've got my Juice playlist here, and I've got Scared of Love off Goodbye Good Riddance, All Girls Are the Same off Goodbye and Good Riddance. I've got Lucid Dreams off Goodbye and Good Riddance. And I've got No Good, and that was off the 5-year anniversary that came out in May. So yeah, I have 3 songs from Goodbye
That's
and
crazy
Good
to
Riddance.
me. That album is like nearly. I mean, there is some skips on it. I can't remember what they're called.
Well, I can get up the album. Oh no, well, I've got All Girls Are the Same, Lucid Dreams, Armed and Dangerous, Lean With Me, and Scared of Love. So that's, I've got, what,
Yeah,
5?
Lean With Me is probably one of the best Juice songs.
I got 5 out of 15 because the last 2 songs on this are skits. Skits. And then the intro. So there's 14 songs and I got 5. That's not that bad.
It's a bad ratio.
But I mean, like, the rest of them are just kind of shit. Like, Black and White is so
No,
Wasted
what?
with Lil Uzi is awful in my opinion.
I think Wasted was maybe the 3rd Juice song I ever heard. But it's crazy like how big he got after that. All within the first few months of his career.
because the first 2 song I heard was All Girls Are the Same.
Yeah.
So, and they both came out within like a month of each other or something.
And it's like terrible quality. You agree with
yeah.
me? Like
Well,
the
have you not seen
actual
the video of
version they
him?
posted.
Yeah, have you seen a video of him recording it with his mate and like they're in the basement of their school?
Oh,
doing
damn.
it. So, but I mean, yeah, no. Back to what we actually were talking about, which is Lace It. Mid, and I feel like it is not setting up the Party Never Ends very well for me, which is supposedly coming in early next year.
I think it sets it up perfectly because Lace It is like Juice WRLD to a T. For so, like he makes this whole crazy LA drug life sound very hype, but also it's so dangerous and like obviously it killed him. And then you have him like promoting it, like saying, you know, like he's always high, all that kind of thing. And then
That's just every
and that's every Juice Wrld song. But then Eminem counters it and is like nah, like these are evil things and they're killing everybody.
He's the reason that I don't like the song, Eminem. Juice WRLD's part is great.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as a song overall, because of what Juice WRLD's on it, he's got the chorus and then he's got his verse and then he's got another chorus, and that's like a minute and 30 of the song. The song's like 4 minutes long. Eminem is on it for over 2 minutes.
Okay, so when it first
Way
went
too
into
long.
Eminem's verse, I thought, this is why I don't like Eminem anymore, because anytime he raps, it sounds like he's very like, it's almost like he's too cleanly recorded, like, and the flow is so weird and like stuttered.
Well, it's
but
like
then,
Godzilla as well.
yeah, because I don't listen to Godzilla, right? But then and I saw somebody else say this, that Eminem's verse gets better the more and more it goes on. The verse is crazy hype. Like if you go through, like it's just like a curve. It starts off like bad, and then you get, you know, further through it and it's only better, and then it leads into the final chorus so nicely.
I just don't rate it. I don't rate it.
That's fair.
But I mean,
I don't believe Party Never Ends will ever come out.
well, Lil Bibby, who's Juice WRLD's manager, put out a Instagram post whenever Lace it dropped and said the beginning of the party, and then he did hashtag TPNE and then early 2024 beside it. So the rumors is that it's going to be Q1 of next year, so before the end of March. Which,
fair.
to be fair, if that happens, great. But his posthumous albums have not been the best. Fighting Demons was incredibly mid, and the mixing on it was really bad. And I feel like Legends Never Die was more your style of Juice WRLD than mine.
Yeah, I loved that when it came out.
Yeah,
it almost got. I mean, when I started listening to Goodbye and Good Riddance, it was like more. It grew on me.
Yeah.
Like, but Legends Never Die, I was already a fan, and I thought like most songs on that banged. But yeah, to be fair, like if I go back to it, I don't really like Come and Go anymore. I know you hate it.
It has grown on me since I was in Berlin, because I was in a nightclub in Berlin in June, and it came on, and I was there on my own. And
It could be kind of hyping in
it was fucking great. It was really good, and it was the first time that I'd actually listened to it outside of my own fucking like headphones or outside of like a party or something.
Yeah.
And it was great, but I didn't like save it or listen to it ever again. But I like it more now than I did before. Whenever that song first came out, I thought that it was one of the biggest butchering of a posthumous song I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, but it's just his vocals and stuff. It just sounded very overproduced, I thought.
To be fair, that you could say that. Yeah, maybe that was like an overproduced album, like the Come and Go
Very
song.
much so. Fighting Demons,
that.
I would say, was underproduced because some of the songs on that sounded like shit. Like Feline, oh my god.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, that was one of the
song.
biggest bangers of it.
But the mixing on it is awful.
I feel like an album entirely like the Metro Boomin one. What's
Heroes
it called?
And Villains.
No. The song. This first song, Doom, or something.
On what?
On Fighting Demons, the first song, Burn.
Yeah.
I think a whole album, Metro. I mean, you can't do it anymore. Like,
Just,
yeah, let's
well,
get
you
Juice
Metro
back.
in, I guess.
Somebody get Metro to piece together old Juice snippets. No, but should we segue into my top 5?
Your artists,
Yeah.
do you have them there?
I believe off rip it was Travis Scott, 6 Lack. No, I don't think I can guess it. I think it was Travis Scott, 6 Lack, Don Toliver, Chainsmokers at 2, and The Weeknd at 1.
Well, I mean, The Weeknd at 1 is standard.
Yeah.
Has he not been your number 1 for the past like 4 years or something?
There's never been a year where he hasn't been number 1. Like,
What? So since Wrapped came out, he's been there.
yeah.
Fair play.
Since we ever had, but like, there's no way of getting around that. Like, I don't know what would have to happen for him not to be number 1. Because it's just
Next
like
album-
that.
well, I was
That's
gonna
my
say,
like
his next
baseline
album
listening.
sucks, but
No, it's impossible. This will be like, I'm serious. Like when this third album comes out, this will be like historical moment where it's set in place that this is one of the best like 3 album runs in history. Do you think about even like good artists like Kanye? I feel like he doesn't have a 3 album run. Like,
No.
do people think that the first 3 Kanye albums are like a historic, like That's unbelievable that he released those 3 in a row, because the best Kanye album, you know, in the public court of opinion, is Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes.
Which is like, that's all out of whack. I can't remember what the next one is. Yeezus. The one before that was 808. So maybe people would consider that one of the best 3 album runs, but it's not a trilogy of albums. Nobody's doing it like The Weeknd.
You're a Weeknd fanboy, which to be fair I respect. But speaking of Kanye,
Mr.
West, Vultures was supposed to come out, and this is what we were supposed to be talking about, but Kanye once again has fucked us over.
Typical Donda fashion.
Yeah, like
he did the Donda thing again. I feel like it's getting old, it's getting tired. It would be better if he just dropped the album.
Well, the new thing that came up on Apple Music yesterday was that it's coming out on the 12th of January. So obviously knowing Kanye, that's fucking bullshit again. But
that would be the 3rd release date. I can't remember how many Donda got, but I feel like it was 3 listening parties, and then it dropped on a random Sunday.
It did. It dropped 2 days after Certified Lover Boy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was why.
Well, maybe the new competitor is Playboi Carti. Like, I know they're friends, but like,
I'm not been fucking with the Carti tracks. I'm not lying.
I don't even bother to listen to them. There's a whole lot of blue from me.
Fuck's sake. No, I don't really fuck with Carti that much.
No,
to be honest, he's got some okay features. I like him on Mr. Rage. I like him on Off the Grid. I don't like any. I think I have a single Carti song saved. I have that one that I sent you the other day, saved, the one with him and Yeet, but that's not an actual song. It's like a remix of 2 of their songs mixed together with a new backing track on it.
Yeah,
VVV for anybody wondering. It's a good tune.
Like, people get all excited about Carti got the new deep voice. It's like,
I like his new deep voice. I do like his new deep voice.
Okay, people is you.
Yeah, I rate it. It's much better than his fucking.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was kind of cool, and I think people were right that the vampire stuff with the Rage, like the is that what it's called, like the sound of that album, that was like a Rage.
Yeah.
I think that did, in fact, like, you know, you had Trippy bouncing off the back of that with Trip at Night, right?
Oh fuck, I thought you were gonna say Mansion Music.
I feel like Mansion Music did come from Playboi Carti as well.
We'll talk about Mansion Music next week and the best and worst of the year. I've got many opinions on that, but I don't think we have time to get into that today.
Yeah, I mean, let's hard pivot into top 10 yay.
Okay, well, I'll go first, I guess. So
any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. Yes. No, because my honorable mentions are on the list. I don't really have any Kanye West songs, to be fair.
You like 10 Kanye West songs?
You know what? I'll give a shout out to White Dress. I heard White Dress for the first time yesterday on a TikTok.
That's on what, Fantasy?
No, it was on Quentin Tarantino's Man with the Iron Fist original soundtrack.
Really?
It's a really hidden Kanye song. I literally saw it on a TikTok that said, "We have kept this song hidden for too long. Let's reveal it to the world." It's a good tune. You should listen to it, but it's not on my list. I only heard it yesterday, and I mean it's good, but it's no top 10. I mean, okay, well, number 10 for my yay songs is "The Boys Are Back in Town," aka The People That Were in Paris. Who was in Paris? We don't know who was in Paris, but we do know that
Asterixes were in Paris.
Asterixes were in Paris. Yes, that's number 10 on my list.
That's a good pick. That one, I will spoil, is not on my list, but I had a hard time like not putting it on the list. But I think of it as more of a Jay-Z song, and it's just like, it's one of those songs that is randomly like, I feel like I heard it when I was so young. I can't take away from that. Like, it's got its own thing going on, and I don't know how to position it in like Kanye West, like my rankings. It just lives by itself out there, and it was my alarm clock for like 5 years, I think. I
feel like I wasn't gonna put it in there, but then it's just so fucking iconic. It's just hard not to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's got to be one of the best beats.
Everybody knows the words,
but nobody can sing the words.
No, nobody can sing the words. But even like the Will Ferrell interlude in it, and just I just feel like it's a classic. Like whenever you mention Kanye West, that song gets thrown about 99% of the time.
For sure.
So I thought it was a good shout. But do you want me to carry on with my 7, or do you want me to bounce to you?
Yeah, okay, well, let's bounce to me. I'll do my honourable mention. So I want to shout out Coldest Winter from 808s and Heartbreak. Nearly made the list, but mine's kind of like very satisfying as a list because I have 2 songs from like 5 different projects.
Oh shit.
So it's quite balanced, I think. I mean, the like major Kanye albums I have 0 songs from, but I would preface with like these are my favorite ones. I've not even finished the discography. Like I need to go back and do College Dropout, Late Registration, like the early Kanye albums. Like I've barely listened to. So I feel like we will come back in 6 months and do a revised list.
Probably.
I just couldn't be bothered. It's such a long discography. Like it's actually hard to get through Kanye's.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of albums, but while I say that, I haven't listened to 808s.
Yeah, that's crazy. But what was the other ones? I think I have Jail from Donda. Like I so want to throw that in.
Well, I'm very glad you didn't because I would be fighting you. It would not go in the top.
That's
10.
an amazing song. If you know, you know.
It's outrageous. That song is fucking trash.
No, that song's unreal.
No.
The lyrics in it, it's impeccable. Jay-Z, killer verse.
Oh, fuck.
Very quotable. But I'll jump into top 10 from Donda. I'm coming in with Hurricane. It's the one weekend feature I have on the list. I had to slide it in. And it's pretty much just for him. Like, the Lil Baby thing is fine. Kanye comes in like this kind of energy. It's kind of forgettable, but The Weeknd is angelic on it.
Okay, so your first pick in the top 10 Kanye songs is a Weeknd song. I mean, yeah, I should have seen that coming.
But that's the thing with Kanye is Kanye's more of a director of music, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when I look back at other songs on the list, like the rapping by Kanye isn't the main thing I like. I think the reason why people love Kanye is more because of like the instrumentals, the production.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's like both go hand in hand, but like if Kanye didn't have as iconic, say, sampling or like such inspired, unique beat selection,
yeah,
he would not be Kanye West.
Well, I would say Kanye is the king of samples.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
Some of the beats he comes up with are fucking mental. And yeah, definitely the king of samples. Is that my dog at the door, by the way, trying to get in?
It is.
I mean,
he's rooting for jail.
He can fuck off because I'm not gonna let him in because he's just gonna jump up on us. But is it raining?
I don't think so.
Is he looking at you?
Yeah, he is.
That's unfortunate. Okay, maybe I'll get him in a minute. If he keeps scratching, I'm gonna have to let him in because it's gonna really piss me off.
How did he get out? Is he just in the garden?
He has like a flap that he can go.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Well, for fuck's sake. Right, it's dog time, everybody. I'm getting my dog.
Involved.
I'm getting my dog.
Wait there.
There goes my mic.
Yeah. Drop a comment if you think jail connects with you in a certain way that I'm on about.
Oh, it's dog time, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you want to go into... Wait, is Hurricane on your list? Any chance?
Fuck no. Dini. Oh, okay. Don't fucking strangle yourself with the cord. Oh, Dini. Come on now. Well, that was a fucking waste of dog time. No, Hurricane is not on my list, so that will take some convincing to get on there. Fuck, I feel like my mic's been all over the place now. My volume's probably gonna be fucked.
It's fine, we roll with it.
Okay. At number 9, I've got Praise God.
I respect the
Donda.
Choice.
Mainly because of the Travis feature, I'll not lie. But again, big fan. I love Donda's little speech that she does at the start. It gets me very hyped up. Even if you're not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. And then the song just gets off to a flying start. So I would say that is a great pick for number 9. Is that on your list?
That's not on my list.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Well, I think our list, I'm worried they'll be completely independent. Like we will have no crossover.
No, we'll have some crossover, I'm sure.
We might have one. My number 9 is Heartless.
Okay, well, as I've just said, I haven't listened to 808s. I know Heartless is on there. I know Heartless is his second most streamed song of all time. I do know it. I just don't rate it. And Heartless is the only song off of 808s that I've heard, which is why I have not listened to 808s, because Heartless just does not inspire me to listen to that album.
You might not be very into the sound of 808s then, because a lot of the bangers on that album are pretty much like Heartless.
Okay.
So yeah, but I love Heartless. I think I discovered it when The Weeknd dropped Heartless himself.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time I listened to it. So like 4 years ago actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a lovely tune. Like, you have the windpipe coming in the beat, and I tend to like lean towards Kanye's more like vocal songs, like less of the rapping, more of the singing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's about Kim, so it's like it's culturally relevant. So that's my number 9. What about your number 8?
At number 8, I have Dark Fantasy from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Great song. You got Nicki Minaj on the intro, and just, as you said, angelic is how I perform. Like, you got the choir in the background before he comes in rapping. A great song. It's quite a long song as well, to be fair. One of the longest ones I think I have on the list. But yeah, Dark Fantasy, I would say. I think that is the best. Second best song off My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which might give away what else is on my list. But is that song on your list?
Song's not on my list.
Oh my fucking god, we're gonna be here forever. We're gonna be here forever.
I like that song quite a lot. I can't remember. I mean, my favorite thing is the choir, but I can't remember how the thing goes. You don't have to sing it, but what's like the main line in that?
I will get it up.
So to be fair, like,
I'm gonna try and not get copyrighted. I'm gonna cut until after this is finished playing for Saj. Hang on, we'll be back in a second. Great song. I'm gonna let my dog out because he's being a fucking. Carry on with your number 8, bro.
All right, my number 8 is Ghost Town from the Ye EP featuring Party Next Door. I have trouble actually deciding. So like, Ye was probably the first Kanye album I listened to, or project that I listened to when it came out, and I remember skipping to the final 2 songs, spoiling that Violent Crimes will also appear on my list. But I think these are 2 of the best Kanye songs of all time, and partly it's another carry. I think 07 Shake carries a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say carries in the sense of like Kanye is fine on it and 07 Shake is just miles better, but like similar to Hurricane, well, to a way bigger extreme, like Hurricane, Kanye is just fine.
Yeah.
But Ghost Town and Violent Crimes, 07 Shake is like the best part of it easily.
Fuck.
Have you listened to both of those?
Yeah, I don't have anything from Ye on my list.
But do you remember the songs?
I do remember the songs, but not well enough to put them in my top 10. Or else.
Okay, fair play. Those are hard hitters.
Well, you're probably gonna say that this is another Jay-Z song, but number 7 I have Otis, again off Watch the Throne.
Oh damn. Okay, we're gonna be sticking so independent here.
I don't think we're gonna come up with a list that we share at the end.
Oh yeah, well I think it'll be a fun
5s.
battle actually.
Yeah, but how the fuck are we gonna decide?
We just have to like battle, because if like the 10 through 5, let's say, are totally different, we have to do 1 by 1 with the 10v10, and we have to debate.
Okay, we'll do that. But yes, Otis number 7. I mean, again, similar to Asterixes in Paris. They Jay-Z and Kanye just bounce off each other so well, like, and obviously Otis Redding giving another classic Kanye West sample, flipping Otis's chorus and making it the beat throughout the whole song is fucking amazing. And I just feel like Jay-Z and Kanye have so much chemistry. And as you said, you had another song from them on their list, or on your list, Jail. So I feel like the Kanye Jay-Z collaboration just can't be a miss. Granted, I have nothing else from Watch the Throne on my list, but I feel like it would be impossible not to have anything from them on the list. Obviously, I'm going to presume you don't have Otis.
I don't
on
have
your list.
anything.
But you don't have Otis or Paris on your list, but you do have Jail. So
well,
you do
as
have
an honourable mention, it didn't make the list, but I need to shout it out.
But yeah, That's why Otis is up there. Incredible sample flip again by the king of samples, Kanye. So I feel like it would have been wrong not to include it. But we'll jump in with your 7. I'm gonna once again guess it has nothing to fucking do with my list, but we'll see.
I would be surprised if you didn't have this one on your list. Father Stretch My Hands Part 1.
Okay, finally we have something that is on my list. Yes.
Yeah,
Higher than 7, but I do agree that should definitely be on this list.
I think it's probably like the most hype individual moment in the entirety of Kanye's discography that I've heard. Like the Beautiful Morning drop is like one of the most iconic.
I would say that's Metro Boomin's most iconic. Fuck, what are they called?
Producer tag.
Yes, that is Metro Boomin's most iconic producer tag moment. Obviously, that tag can be heard on other songs, but I feel like then whenever somebody says, "Give me a Metro Boomin tag," that's the one you go to. That's the one I go to anyway.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, no, that's a great song. That is a great song. 7, bit low in my opinion, but I feel like where it is on my list, we'll be able to come to an easy agreement on where it should rank. At number 6, I have Off the Grid.
Yeah, that one is not on my list.
Another Donda song. So I've got 2 Donda songs on this so far, but Off the Grid, I mean, Kanye on a drill beat is absolutely fucking phenomenal, and Fabio fucking murders it as well. And as I said, Cardi's feature on it I do like as well, but I don't know, I don't think Cardi works on drill as well as I'd like him to, but I feel like fucking Fabio's verse on it is just fucking incredible. And then hearing Kanye on a drill beat is something I never thought I would hear, but it works ridiculously well. And he talks about playing football with Messi, and it's just such a good song. And it's not on your list.
That's not on my list. I love it in the same way I love Knife Talk by Drake. But Off the Grid is a way better song, but I think it's probably because they both came out at the same time. That was freshers of my final year of uni. And I remember Off the Grid and Knife Talk being at like every pre's before we went out. True. They both have like the same sort of energy of like everybody's just jumping up and like, you know, jumping around the pre's, like rapping it.
Yeah.
I respect the pick.
Okay, we're back. The camera just died there, unfortunately. So I did go and get myself another bev, so I can crack this open, and then we'll get back to it. Yeah, cheers, bro. What, you're not drinking anything now? Your Red Bull done? Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.
But yes, no, Off the Grid, number 6. I'll go for your number 6 now.
Predicting it's on your list, Flashing Lights.
That is on my list.
Huge.
That is on my list. Higher up again.
Song. It's like, this is what the kind of Kanye that I like to hear. It's like the synths, the strings. It's like it's rich sounding. You know what I mean? Like it sounds expensive. It sounds, because this whole thing in this song and like the majority of Graduation or like a lot of Kanye songs is all about like riches and stuff, right? Like luxury lifestyle that he's gotten into. Because it's all about him being like victorious and, you know, making it big and stuff like that. Flashing Lights, I think, is probably one of his best beats.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Flashing Lights, just looking through my Spotify here, I only saved on the 2nd of February this year. So I've only been on the Flashing Lights train for about 10 months.
That's fair.
But I do completely agree that it should be in his top 10 songs. It is a fucking phenomenal song. We can do this pretty quickly. Number 5 for me is Father Stretch My Hands Part 1. So as we've already talked about, we'll go for your 5 now.
My 5 will definitely not be on yours because it's off 808s and Heartbreak.
Okay.
It's Street Lights.
Haven't heard that song. Again, haven't listened to 808s.
It's basically about so 808s is all about basically like depression.
Okay.
So it's like a different Kanye album. I'm pretty sure it was when Donda died, and
oh shit, okay.
This was the album that he made after that. I think it lined up with him getting together with Kim. So then you have Heartless.
Yeah.
So it's like he gets with Kim, his mum dies, and he makes an album all about like just being depressed. And this one is about like he's driving and all of the street lights he's passing by, and he knows where he knows where he's headed, but he's not there yet. And he's just talking about like the repetitiveness of life, which sounds like it's like a miserable song, But it's quite a nice, like, it's actually quite like a nice, like, it's got like a driving beat to it. It sounds very much like you're driving in the streetlights at night. So when
So
you
like
hear
a
it, I think,
blinding lights type vibe.
well,
Or is that more?
not blinding lights, because blinding lights is more like you're 100 miles an hour.
Oh, through the
This
lights.
one,
Okay.
you're
okay.
like kind of stuck in traffic, or like there's nobody else on the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just chilling, driving.
You're at 50 and you're heading home. It's gonna take you an hour.
It's like late night spins.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming in at number 4, I have Waves, featuring Chris Brown.
Me too.
Is that your number 4 as well?
Yeah.
Fucking excellent song.
Yeah,
excellent song. Stuart fucking loves this song. I played it for him over the summer. Our friend Stuart, and he has been obsessed with it ever since. It was in his fucking top 5 on Spotify Wrapped. He says it's one of the greatest songs of all time. And unfortunately it didn't crack my top 3 Kanye, but I do fucking love that song. I think Chris Brown sings beautifully on it, and just the intro and everything about it, like you go straight in, and I think the message on the song is really beautiful as well.
What do you think it means? I only like looked it up today.
Well, the waves don't die.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that it would be about relationships then, and that whenever you're in a relationship with somebody, even though the relationship fizzles out or you break up, you still have feelings for them no matter what's going to happen.
Facts.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay, well that's what I gathered. I mean, everybody always says that as well about relationships, that whenever you're in them, like, because I mean, if you spend so much time with a person, like, you're hardly gonna fucking, like, even if you cut them out of your life, there's always gonna, like, if you spend years with someone, you're not just gonna forget about the years that happened. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that the song, I would say that's pretty accurate. But why did you look it up? Did you not get that about the song?
I don't ever really think about what they mean. Like, if it's immediate and it's easy to tell, I know exactly what the lyrics mean, but I don't know how they piece together. You know, like in rap songs, artists or rappers go through, like, they're talking about this, and then immediately the next bar, immediately they've switched topics. Mm-hmm. Whereas somebody like, say, like Dave in a rap song, it'll flow the entire way. Like, he never just jumps around. Whereas you listen to like a hype rap song, it's about their chain one line, and then it's immediately about their girl the next.
Just quickly, while we're on, you mentioned Dave there. Did you listen to the Dave song with Jack Harlow? Stop Giving Me a
Yeah,
Buzz.
but I didn't really like.
I did. I think it's the best song off that Lyrical Lemonade album so far.
None of them have really been that
the
exciting for me.
one that is the sample / cover or reworking of I Miss You by Blink-182 is one of the worst songs I have ever heard in my life.
What is it?
Oh, it's like fucking, you know, I Miss You by Blink-182. Yeah. They did a. It's not a sample flip.
Has it come out?
Yeah, it came out on YouTube a few weeks ago. They basically covered it, but like changed the lyrics. So like, instead of it being about like them missing a girl, it's like they miss drugs or whatever.
Oh wow.
I'll put it on. It is fucking atrocious. Hello There, it's called.
Who are the features?
So this is Corbin, Black Cray, and Lil Tracy. I don't know who any of the 3 are, but
You know Corbin from Not Fair by Kid Laroi?
No.
What?
No.
Cut this. I can't come unless you kiss me.
Bro, I've no idea. I'm definitely keeping that in as well.
That's not going in.
Here, I'll play this now. Okay, so after playing this song, I've decided that I do not want to be friends with you anymore, because you're definitely going to listen to that, and it's going to be in your top of the year, and I'm going
to give it a few spins.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
We'll see. I mean, off that first listen, I was like nearly, like, I think when the beat is in, I'll probably
There
like
is
it.
no beat. It's
I
just a
swear
sad
I heard some
piano.
hi-hats or something in there.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, we're moving on from this. I'm not talking about that anymore. Fucking shit song. I just wanted to talk about the Dave Jack Harlow song. I actually do quite like it. I normally don't like Jack Harlow, but I think he did very well on that song. Coming in at number 3, I have Flashing Lights, which we've already talked about.
Okay.
So I'll let you go with your number 3.
My number 3 is the other song from Ye, Violent Crimes.
Okay, so you already talked about that.
So this is Kanye is in one flow. He's talking about how, like, when he had his daughter, his perspective about women completely changed. So
Is this when he had North?
Yeah, I think North is his first.
It's your bestie, Miss Westie.
What's that?
Oh, there's no way you haven't seen that. She has a verse on
Vultures.
Vultures.
Right. No, I've not listened
Adon's
to it.
been real quiet since this one dropped, by the way. I'm just saying. No, how the fuck have you not heard
Matt,
this?
man.
Matt, man. Oh, that God, I fucking hated that. Whenever, like, Daylight's an okay song, but whenever that Adonis verse came in on the end, Jesus Christ.
Don't talk to my man like that. I don't care what you want. I like him.
I play on my iPad.
Yeah.
I broke my iPad. Yeah, this is.
Is this an interlude?
No, this is a feature.
Oh, this can be an awful song. She sounds like Trippie Redd. She does sound like Trippie Redd.
Fuck. Yeah, it's your bestie, Miss Westy.
But Violent Crimes is like, it's got a deep, heartfelt message. I have not got a daughter actually, but I feel like surprisingly enough, but I feel like when I do have a daughter, I think that the lyrics will like what's the word, like
resonate with
they'll
you?
resonate, you know, they'll hit even closer to home.
Yeah.
So this song's gonna like age like wine, I think.
Fair.
And that's a song where I'm not just liking the beat, because I think even when he's rapping, I don't think there's like a complex synth heavy instrumental around it. It's pretty much just either drums or piano, and just him, you know, speaking truth about how he's feeling after having his daughter, and I think it's a really nice song.
I will give it a listen. I need to re-listen to to be fair. I did not fuck with it the first time. Coming in at number 2, I have a song that a good friend of mine showed me whenever I was on a trip to go over and see him in England. Addiction.
What's this one on?
Have you not heard Addiction before? Addiction is off Late Registration, I believe. I'm going to double check that before we carry on, because I feel like that could be wrong, but I'm just going to... yes, it is. Addiction is off Late Registration. It's saved in my Spotify from February 2022, so like a year and a half ago. I think this song is absolutely excellent. It's very sort of slower rapping Kanye. There's nothing crazy on it, but I feel like some of the bars on it are quite good, and I really love the bit at the end where he's trying to convince his partner to let him have a threesome with another girl. And he said, remember whenever you said that we could have a threesome, it would be with that girl. Well, that girl's here, so does that mean that we can have a threesome now? And then he's like, oh no, I'm only joking. And then he's like,
pass.
yeah, but he's like, oh, I'm only joking. And he's like, unless, you know, you wanna go and fuck this girl, basically. So I think it's brilliant. I'll play that section now. I can't believe you've never heard this song before. The beat on that song is incredible, and once again, Kanye sample flipping. I just feel like it has to be up there with one of the greatest Kanye songs of all time.
I'm gonna hit you with, it sounds kind of mid, bro, and I'm kind of shocked that it's your number 2.
Wow. Wow, we're there already. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to give it an actual listen.
Yeah, I will.
Come back to me on that. Okay. Well, I have a slight feeling that we're gonna have some arguments about that whenever we're coming together with this list.
We will.
Well, what's your number 2 then, big man? Huh?
My number 2 is a beautiful song off Donda. Have you any guess what it could be? Beautiful song.
Moon.
No. It's Come to Life.
I don't know what that song is.
Damn. Well, Come to Life is... I think Come to Life is like some of Kanye's best production ever. It's like starts off with piano, and then it builds in, you like with these synths. It's sort of like they come in like lasers, and I think it's just one of these like Kanye songs where it's like updating him on everyone on his perspective about life, and sort of talking about like where he's at in his mental. Like one of the standout lyrics in it is bought a gift for Northie. All she want is Nikes. This is not about me. God is still alive. Which I think is like, so Kanye has fallen off the cliff in terms of ego and stuff, right? With the whole anti-Semitism. We disavow everything that man has ever said in his life.
Yes.
We just started talking about the music. But before, I feel like he was on the verge of like almost showing signs of hope in terms of his mental in this song, because he's saying like, this is not about me. she can have Nikes, and I'm with Adidas, and not for long, but but like that seemed like he was on a good path, and then he just
your mic a wee bit, bro.
and then he just like falls off, and then completely 180s.
I'm gonna pull this up because I've never heard this song before. I'm gonna play the first bit of it. So
it's a slow build one.
You know what? I that sounded like I would fuck with it. I'm gonna listen to it properly after we're done.
Bro, that song will get you in your feels. Like, that's one of these songs where it's like, get yourself in a room, turn all the lights off, put your headphones on, crank it very high up, and it will have you floating. Like, that's my favorite Kanye sound, is like, he's sounding, because he's not a very like great singer, right?
No, he's not.
But it's like, it sounds very real, very raw when he sings.
Yeah.
And you don't need him to sound very nice. Like, completely different thing to like The Weeknd or Frank Ocean. You're not listening for the voice, but the way he sings from the heart, and it's like the lyrics impact you. Listening just there, like that's some of the most like pretty sounding keys I think on a track.
Yeah.
The way that he builds the pianos and then comes in with a synth, it's just so nice. I feel like if it wasn't for that, I prefer a song to be more replayable, which is like leading into my number one. It would probably be my favorite Kanye song of all time.
Well, see, I already know what your number one is because you have told me what your favorite Kanye West song is in the past. And mine is a different song. A shock to absolutely fucking nobody. So my number one is All of the Lights by Kanye.
Yeah,
like
it's a good song. I like it.
So, and I know that yours is I Wonder.
Yeah.
Am I correct? So, I mean, well, I'll talk about All of the Lights a little bit first. I mean, I think the production on it is absolutely insane. The amount of features on that song is fucking ridiculous as well. Even whenever you're watching the music video at the start, whenever all the names are coming up and obviously the flashing lights and stuff, there are so many people on this song. I think Rihanna's very good on the chorus. I think Cuddy's verse at the end is good. And then obviously I really like Kanye's flow throughout. And then he is talking about, well, he says he's talking about kids in the song, but they didn't have kids by then.
Interesting.
Because like, well, All of the Lights was 2010. They definitely, like, his kids are not that old, I don't think. But I'll let you talk about I Wonder and try and convince me as to why I should include it in my top 10.
I think I Wonder is like, when I say a big statement like it's his best sample flip, it's like best sample flip out of the ones I like, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Again, with the sample flips, I feel like that seems to be a sort of key element for our top Kanye. At least we share that opinion anyway.
Yeah.
I would say that the majority of the songs on my list are all sample flips as well. I feel like Kanye just does them so... He has mastered them. He is the master of sample flips for sure.
Yeah, so let's, I guess to wrap up the top 10, you have some albums to listen to. I feel like you have to listen to Yay and 808. And I think that I have to listen to Watch the Throne and Late Registration.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing from either of us from Kids See Ghosts.
Alright, I'm going to throw a hot take out that it's actually so overrated.
I really do not like that album, and I was actually very glad that you didn't have anything from that album on the list, because I feel like that would have... I would not have stood for that being on the top 10 at all. Also,
I actually prefer what I can see going on to Jesus is King. I'm a big defender of.
Yeah, I was about to say, neither of us had anything from Jesus is King on our list, which again, I'm sort of glad of. I feel like Jesus is King was better whenever it was, well, I say Yandy, it wasn't really Yandy, but there was a few songs on here that were supposed to be on Yandy that got Christianified and got all their explicit content removed and features changed. Like Everything We Need with Kanye, Ty Dolla and Ant Clemens originally featured XXX Tentacion on it.
Oh,
and it
wow.
was fucking amazing. And then they ruined it. And then the original version of Sella as well was fucking awesome. And then
I think I've heard that one, but I love the like official version as well. Like on my Fave 25, so I have a Fave 25 Yay playlist, and off Jesus is King I have Sella and God Is.
Wow.
There's some
Fair
big
enough.
hits on that.
Nah, Jesus is King. No, I wasn't fucking with that whenever it came out. I'm not lying. No Runaway from either of us.
I was actually very glad. Like I mean, I'm kind of a big hitter of it. I like it's good, but everybody unanimously decides that it should be the best Kanye West song, so everybody would put it at number one. I don't know, it just doesn't do as much for me.
I'll go through other stuff we missed out. No, Bound 2. I know my brother loves Bound 2. That song is just a joke for me. I feel like the James Franco, Seth Rogen music video kind of ruined that song for me as well. Violent Crimes was on yours. All Falls Down from the College Dropout wasn't on either of our lists. 4 or 5 Seconds wasn't there. No Homecoming. No Gold Digger. Run This Town. What else is it? Good Life, as I mentioned earlier already. American Boy, that's not a Kanye West song. It's a great feature though. Power, no Power.
Power's on my favorite 25, yeah.
And Through the Wire as well. I don't really rate Through the Wire as a song that I would listen to over and over again, but I think that the story behind it is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the way up in the car, and it is so weird that the entire song he's got the lisp, and he's like, like he sounds strange on it, but I mean that makes the song because of the concept.
Yeah, and then the last two I wanted to touch on as well was Famous, obviously Taylor Swift.
I'm not so not a fan of Famous. I think that
me neither.
Rihanna's like singing on it. I just don't think it's a very good hook.
No. And then Touch the Sky was another one that I would probably should have put in my honorable mentions. I mean, the sample flip on Touch the Sky as well is excellent. I mean, I think you know the one I'm talking about. Great sample flip, but obviously did not make my top 10. The New Music Friday recap that we were going to do this week, I'm not going to lie, I feel like we should skip it because this week's new music was awful. We had Nicki Minaj drop a deluxe of her album, which I didn't even bother listening to because I did not fuck with most of the songs I heard off her actual album. I don't know about you, but I'm not one for listening to the Nicki Minaj deluxe. And yeah, there was nothing else really whenever I shuffled through that I listened to that I thought was okay. I feel like it was quite a weak New Music Friday.
Yeah, it's dead. It's just like the last New Music Friday of the year, I think. I mean, there is.
No, we've got one more next week, but
I can't remember if it's usually really good because it's new music for the new year, or if it's another completely dead one.
I think it'll be dead. I haven't heard anybody announce anything that's coming up. I mean, the next thing that I know that's coming out that I want to listen to is the Lyrical Lemonade album, which is sometime in January, and then obviously the Vultures released it 12th of Jan. That's the same day that Kid Cudi's new album comes out as well. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't see them releasing it on that, especially because Cudi and Kanye made up at that listening event apparently. Yeah, I mean, going back to Spotify Wrapped, because I feel like we didn't really break down our songs too much. We kind of just skipped over that because we hard segued into Kanye. My top 5 songs of the year had 3 artists among the 5. So at number 5 I had The Color Violet by Tory Lanez, because I only discovered Alone at Prom this summer, so I've only been on the Alone at Prom train for 5-6 months now. Absolutely outstanding album. The deluxe was incredible as well. Number 4 I had K-Pop by Travis Scott. The reason that that's so high up in my top songs is because on the day that K-Pop released, I listened to it 63 times to try and make myself like it, because I don't actually like it as a song that much.
I'm calling absolute cap. I think if you're going to listen to it 63 times, I think that you were hard.
I like it now. I like it now. I do like it now, and the video is great. But at the time, whenever it first dropped, it was the first song we heard off Utopia, and it was nothing like what I was expecting. Like, if you listened through Utopia, I would say that K-Pop is the standout song of a song that should not be there.
Yeah, it's the standout. It's the best song on the album.
It's like, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a rogue vibe compared to the rest of the album. I do really like the song now, but on the day that it dropped, the first listen, I was not fucking with it at all. Like, at all. And then throughout the day, I just had it on spam repeat, because I was like, if I don't like the lead single off Utopia, I am fucked, because this album is gonna suck. Obviously Utopia is one of the best albums of the year by a fucking country mile, but K-Pop I was not fucking with at the start. And then
let me defend K-pop.
well, I know you're going to defend K-pop because I believe K-pop is number one for you. I am on the K-pop train now because obviously number 4. But at the time, at the start, like, what on your first listen of K-pop, were you like, "This is the fucking best song I've ever heard"? Again, Weekend, so you were just sucking it off.
No. I love all 3 performances. So the reason
Bad
why
Bunny's one's so skippable. I'm sorry.
the reason why I love K-pop is I think when you go into it. So if I was every time I listen to, we'll use him as my baseline. The Weekend. When I listen to a new Weekend album, it always sucks on first listen. Like. The actual first listens I've done of albums are After Hours and Dawn FM, like when they dropped on the day.
Yeah.
And I remember finishing After Hours, and the whole time I'm over analysing it, I'm thinking about it in comparison to other tracks off other albums. Same thing for both albums. I'm like, oh no, Dawn FM was actually a lot better. Dawn FM, the first few
listen
songs.
to Dawn FM was fucking incredible.
Yeah, for me, the first few songs, I was mind blown, and
Yeah.
then when it slows down, you know, you have like the first 8 songs, and then it sort of slows down. And it's like, let's do some mellow tracks to accompany you on your journey or whatever to the other side. So I overanalyze when I have expectations for an album. Travis Scott is one of those artists that would probably be on my like top 20 listens, you know, of artists of all time. But if Utopia had been bad, it wouldn't have really like impacted me that much. So anything that I'm listening to, I don't mind what comes up. I don't have like the lead single has to define what the album sound's going to be. So when K-pop drops and it's like this weird mix of reggaeton and Travis Scott's sort of like psychedelic sound, and The Weeknd's performance is great, Bad Bunny's performance is sick. I love Bad Bunny, I love reggaeton, so like it makes sense for me.
Yeah, true.
And I think that people, Travis Scott fans and hip-hop fans, they were looking for I don't know, a completely new sound rather than like just Travis Scott take on reggaeton.
Yeah.
So they wanted to hear like, I don't know what would have been a perfect lead single. I think if he'd have dropped Hyena, people would have been happy. So if that had been the teaser, people would have listened to it.
That was an excellent opening song for that album.
Or Sirens. I think Sirens or Hyena as a definer, like a tastemaker or whatever. That tease would have made sense. People wouldn't have been so upset. But my take about K-pop, which I say to everybody, if Bad Bunny had released it featuring Travis Scott on The Weeknd and it had have wound up on, I think actually Bad Bunny dropped an album after K-pop came out, so like in the past few months.
Yeah.
If it had have been like the final track on that album instead of Utopia, everybody would have loved it. It's a fun song. Like there's nothing wrong with the song.
I love it now. Just upon first listen, I didn't like it. I mean, to be fair, it only has 219 million streams, which is what's that? It's 4th for being the lead single, and it's being 4th. I mean, it's followed by what's 3rd? You've got Meltdown in 3rd, Fiend in 2nd, and then I Know in 1st. So fair enough. I mean, it's still doing well, but I feel like that's because it did come out like a week before the rest of the album.
I'm actually surprised with how like little impact it made. I thought it would have been a huge song.
Bro, it was slept on at the start. That's what I mean. Like the first listen was dead.
I mean, I wonder if that sort of is an indicator of how much, say, like if an artist's fan base is enjoying a song, then it gets pushed hard. So like, because I would have expected general pop audience to listen to it. Like you have Bad Bunny fans and The Weeknd fans. I thought that they would be streaming it severely, and it didn't have to rely on just Travis Scott fan base. But it seems like if Meltdown isn't even that good, like, and Fiend, how is Fiend getting more than K-pop?
I feel like, again, that's something that we're going to talk about next week, but I do kind of agree with you. I'm not going to lie. Well, not on the Fiend. I do love Fiend, but Meltdown is definitely nowhere near as good as it should have been for a Drake-Travis Scott collab.
And do you know, actually, to kind of criticize Utopia, I think I really like Utopia. I don't think it was like a flop. I don't think it was a miss from Travis. But I think that it isn't as impressive as a soundscape, because I Know sounds like an old Travis Scott song. It sounds like Mafia or something.
Well, there was stuff on that album, like what do you call it? It wasn't God's Country. It was Love with Cudi was recorded in like 2017 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he was pulling old shit out of the bag to try and fill the album. Which
it was good. It was like a playlist. I don't think it was like a a well designed
I
album.
feel like it was at the start, and then it loses its footing towards the end, and then it sort of comes full circle with, what the fuck's the song with SZA and Future? Telekinesis. And then you've got Till Further Notice as well. I feel like it starts in the same soundscape that it ends in, but the stuff in the middle is just a bit fucked. Like, there's a few songs in there that fit it, like Sirens.
Yeah.
And Fiend, I guess. Mm-hmm. But like Meltdown, it does stick out as well, and it just wasn't really good. But
I think like what Utopia sounds like is Sirens and Hyena and maybe Fiend and stuff.
Yeah.
But Fiend is like, it's like Travis doing Playboy Cardi or Yeet,
I was fully
like
convinced that it was Cardi on saying the Fiend ad-libs, by the way.
Yeah. But then thank God is Travis doing a Metro Boomin Spider-Verse song. I don't know how that didn't end up on the Spider-Verse soundtrack, or nobody even compares this. I think I'm the only one who's heard this. But thank God, straight up is just a Spider-Verse soundtrack beat.
Is it?
And then My Eyes is just a Frank Ocean song.
Oh fuck, you're right. That is Spider-Verse, yeah.
Like literally, you could just see like Miles like swinging a boy in like one of these battle scenes or whatever.
Yeah.
And that would be the song over the top. I think it's Annihilation. It's Annihilate, I think.
It's close. I'll give you that. It is close. I thought that take was a lot more rogue before I played it again.
So I think that one is Spider-Verse. I think My Eyes is just Frank Ocean. Circus Maximus is a Kanye song.
It's Kanye.
What else is on the album?
Oh fuck.
Oh, Del Resto is a Beyonce song.
Fuck me, terrible. God's
Telekinesis
Country,
is sure that's an old
Twins, Parasail, Lost Forever.
Parasail is good. Parasail is a good like that sounds like Utopia to me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't rate it, but I do agree that it is a Utopia song. I mean, I had nothing else from Utopia in my top three. My other three songs were Heaven on Earth by Lil Tecca and Kodak. Then number two was another song off Alone at Prom, Lavender Sunflower. And then my number one song of the year was £500 by Lil Tecca off Tech as well. So I will definitely be talking about Tech next week whenever it comes to the best of the year, as I'm sure you will as well. I know you love that album.
Yeah, I love that. I think £500 is kind of like a cult classic.
You didn't like it at the start though. I remember I sent you £500 and you weren't fucking with it at all.
The way I listen to £500 is that it doesn't get skipped in the album. It's very good, but it's not like it didn't last too long in my on repeat compared to Heaven on Earth or some of the album tracks.
Yeah. I mean, what about your top five? I know obviously you had K-pop as number one, which I'm not gonna lie, it is in my top five, but number one is fucking outrageous for a year. That.
I don't know how to explain it other than I don't think it ever got old for me. Like, yeah,
fair.
I think even still to this day, I could probably spin that so many times. Like, I think it's just such a catchy, replayable song because it doesn't come back to like a chorus. It's not like verse, chorus or anything. It's just like they all have their own segment.
Yeah.
So it's just so replayable. But five, I have Private Landing by Don Toliver.
That's number 6 for me.
Which that is the biggest climb a song has ever done.
I feel like that's because we memed the shit out of it though. I mean, like whenever we went to go see Don Toliver in October, that song was on repeat. I mean, like I even remember whenever I came over to see you before we went to Wireless in July, that song was on all the time.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like we started listening to it ironically because I know whenever I first started Private Landing I thought it was fucking terrible. But over time, I mean, it's number 6 in my top of the year as well. Like, I mean, I feel like we started listening to it ironically and then it just sort of became one of the best songs from that album.
I don't know how it works. Like, it was definitely... Cause I think I was listening to it quite a lot. Like, probably when we started memeing it in July, it makes sense. Like, we definitely did do it ironically. But it was definitely, like, consistently in my on repeat. It was that and Slow Motion.
Yeah.
But Slow Motion was just straight up serious. Like, I liked that song. Private Landing stuck around for a bit. And then it took a whole, like, new, like, lease on life when we were, like, preying for these, like, concerts.
Yeah, true.
I just picture it as being, like, the perfect thing of, you know that scene in Friends where Marcel puts the music on?
And they start dancing.
Yeah. That's Private Landing, I think, for us at, like, Capri's.
Yeah. I back it.
You stick it on and we're like doing like walks around the room like we're thinking we're Big Smoke.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, ironic or not, Private Landing is maybe one of the best songs of all time. Justin Bieber. Do you remember that song, Honest? Honest.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, spicy. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Don Toliver and Justin Bieber have a good time.
I like Honest, I'll not lie. But
yeah, I think it has some.
I think they do have a good time. I mean, I hope they collab again soon.
Yeah, that would be
Don
unreal.
will put out another album next year. What about number 4? What do you got for?
At number 4, it is Talk Back by Black, which is just like a hard song. Like,
is that the one that samples?
I don't think it samples anything.
Is that not the one that is it's the Lucid Dreams sample?
Yes, but it's not a sample. I just think it's oddly similar.
It's interpolation. Yeah, it's a Lucid Dreams. Well, I say that it's a Shape of My Heart by Sting interpolation.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I respect that.
Talkback, like the chorus lyrics go so unbelievably hard. Can you pull them up here?
I can't pull up the lyrics.
I want to hear like a reading from you. Like, we don't need to hear it.
Okay. So we got, hey, I just spoke to God on the phone. That ain't cap. He was there, loud and clear. I said, what's up? He talked back. Don't let your enemies throw you off track. No weapon formed.
That's the verse.
Oh,
No
so it's
weapon
just
formed.
that.
So it's just that part.
Okay.
I just spoke to God on the phone.
That ain't cap. He was
yeah.
there, loud and clear. I said, what's up? He talked back. Don't let your enemies throw you off track.
And the flow in that chorus and the way like the drums come in like shotgun, like a shotgun. It's so hard. Like,
What's it? Okay, so Talkback was 4.
yeah.
What was
Number
3?
3 is Mona Lisa by Dominic Fike.
Fuck me, really?
Why?
Rogue.
How is that Rogue?
No, it's a great song. I have it saved.
Oh, it's
but
unbelievable.
For number 3, that's fucking.
Oh,
Oh,
battery.
your battery's dead, bro. Okay.
What did it say? Battery what?
Exhausted. That camera is done. We're gonna have to wrap up soon, so we'll do this quickly. So
Yeah.
you got 3, Mona Lisa.
Yeah, 3. I have Mona Lisa. That's like such a summary song, and Dominic Fike. I loved his album Sunburn. It sort of defined the sound of my summer. Weirdly, it was cut off the Metro Boomin Spider-Verse soundtrack.
It was on the deluxe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in the deluxe on Spotify.
And it was
Then they
in the
took it
movie.
off, and it was in the movie.
Yeah.
And it sort of I feel like it was the Sunflower, but
The numbers do not reflect that, but I'll let you run with that one.
yeah, but it has the same like summery Sunflower vibe. I think that's what they brought him in for. That was what they were going for, but they just like completely like mishandled how they like released that song. And then you're gonna hate number 2 is Skrillex, Pink Pantheress, and
Fuck
Trippie Redd
off.
with Way Back.
Oh no, this song came out in like, what was it, the first week of January?
Yeah,
And you were like, this song is fucking amazing. This is gonna be the best song of the year. And we were like a week in.
yeah. So
And it's number 2.
It's
Jesus.
like when I make up my top 50 list, I have a very hard time dropping it because I've kind of assumed that it's default in my like top 5 or top 10. But I remember I went to Morocco in like January and I just spun it over and over again. It's only like 2 minutes long. It's just a really fun beat.
Looking for my way back.
Yeah, Trippie Redd has a really nice catchy chorus. Skrillex production very satisfying. Skrillex was a big listen for the year. And then finally number 1, K-pop.
Yeah.
Which no words required.
All right. I mean, I can't really hit on it really. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing what your we'll do a quick run through of your top 50 next week, and we'll go through. I think next week we'll talk about the best albums of the year, the worst albums of the year,
Yeah.
best songs, worst songs, and what we're looking forward to in 2024.
Yeah, I will have
I have
finished
got a
my
few-
official top 50.
I've got a few ideas of what I'm going to talk about next week. I feel like for the worst ones, I've definitely got a few things that I need to talk about and get off my chest, because there have been some absolutely outrageous tracks that have come out this year that have garnered way more attention than they deserve. But we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else you wanted to add, or do you think it's time for us to wrap up? I mean, we were supposed to play drinking games, but you're driving today.
Yeah, maybe we can do like a summary on the next pod of what like ideas we have for the podcast. I think we accidentally skipped that kind of idea. Like,
I mean, we didn't even say
nobody knows why we do this.
Well, I mean, we can quickly say, I would say welcome, but thank you for listening to the first episode of Who Let Us Cook. which I think is a great name. I know some of our friends have told us to go fuck ourselves, but yeah, thank you for listening to the first episode or watching Who Let Us Cook. This is a podcast where me and Sean are going to talk about music every week, as I'm sure you garnered from listening to this first episode. I mean, I think you said you want to talk a bit about films and other pop culture stuff as well.
Yeah, we'll do like a mishmash where it'll probably take its own shape as we go along.
Yeah, and you'll just get general waffle as well, just random shit.
Drop some flame emojis or some maybe some haha reacts in the comments if we did cook. If we didn't cook, tell us what we didn't cook on. Tell us to throw out that meal. I don't know.
Fuck's sake.
This podcast title will age in about a month.
Yeah, it will. And then we'll change it to what you say, the slept on podcast.
Yeah. We need to change it to that before we get some fans.
Nah, fuck it, we'll be fine.
We'll never get any fans. It's fine.
I love your optimism. Right. Okay. Yeah, thank you for listening and watching to the first episode of Who Let Us Cook. Please subscribe. Leave a 5-star review on Spotify. This will be on Spotify and YouTube, I think.
Tell all your friends.
We've got an Instagram, Who Let Us Cook Insta. We have a TikTok, Who Let Us Cook Pod. And yeah, you can follow me and Saj respectively on our private handles, which are also in the description. Thanks for coming to the first episode, Saj. I appreciate it, and thanks for your fucking outrageous takes. I can't wait to hear a lot more of them as we go along.
You're welcome. Peace out, guys.
Yes, see you next week. We'll be posting on New Year's Day, talking about the best and worst of 2023 and what we're looking forward to in 2024. Goodbye.